and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, League Two, and the lower leagues like the National League, which I don't want to talk about this week, but I've got to. But of course, I could not do this alone. Anne, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm fine. Yeah, thanks. Sunderland aren't doing too badly, so yeah. No ants rants tonight. I'm relatively happy. Yeah, weather's shit. Apart from that, yeah, absolutely fine. How are you?
That doesn't mean there's going to be any Shaz Jazz, though.
There's always Shaz.
But yeah, I'm really good, thank you. I'm loving the shirt as well, Anne.
Oh, thank you very much. A Barcelona something or other. I don't know. It's Barcelona.
I'm loving it. And of course, we have Nick. How are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, week's been good. Take out the actual football games. So I had a family day on Saturday. Sort of an after 70th birthday get together. So that was really nice with everybody. So I was sat there with my 6-week-old grandson, which was really nice. So yeah, I had a good day Saturday, apart from the football result. But let's watch what's new.
Yeah, we're getting like that again now, Nick. So I can sympathise with you. They were teasing us, and now back to the norm.
Back to norm.
And of course, it's not just us. We have everyone in the chat, and everyone was really early tonight in the chat. So thank you very much. We have Chris. Good evening, all. Have any of you guys seen about these blue cards for sin bin? It's supposed to be trialled if the rule makers get their way. Well, my little boy actually, Bobby, he plays for under nines. It's only grassroots, and they're actually trialling it at the moment in grassroots. So I don't know.
The last couple of years of Sunday League, we had them. Then they were a waste of time. But...
Do we think they'll work, anyone?
No.
While we're on that subject, no.
No, I read a comment. Someone said it's going to make it more about the referees again than the actual football game itself. So, and it will slow the game down, and it'll be, games will be bloody 120 minutes the way it's going. I think it's crazy, personally.
I completely agree. Oh, and Chris has said as well, it's his birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday, Chris. Would you like us to sing for you?
No.
I'll sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Chris. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! There we go. I had to. I do it for everyone. We have got Eled as well. Evening all. We have got Graham. A lot of chat to keep up to tonight. We have got Kieran as well. Hello, Kieran. And we have got Mr. Luke. I'll read everyone. 7 points out of 9 points. I cannot be happier with that. Love to hear. Love to hear. It's all right for some, eh, Nick? All right for some. We've got Johnny as well. Hello, Johnny. I hope you're okay. We've got Richard. Evening, everyone. Hope you all have all had a good week. We hope you've had a good week too. Simon. Evening, people. Hope you're all good. Not Shaz Jazz. No, definitely not Shaz Jazz. We have got Shani as well. Can we change Uncle Nick to Grandad Nick, please? But hope all is well.
It's done.
We have got Ben as well. Hello, Ben. Hope you're okay. And happy birthday for the other day as well. Hope you had a really lovely birthday. Shawnee, does anything work with the FA match officials? Nah. Johnny as well. In my sport, we can give players a black card. Ooh.
Oh, what's
that?
I know. Please let us know, Johnny. We're intrigued.
I've heard of a black flag, like in Formula One, in motor race.
Yeah,
black flag, don't you? But I've never heard of a black card.
Simon also thinks it's a waste of time. And Chris, haha, thank you, Shah. You're very welcome. I hope I didn't burst your eardrums with my singing. I wish I'd never made that comment now about what Jazz Shah. No, to be fair, it was a very good laugh, so. And then he's put the notebook. We've got Kieran as well. Refs don't know how yellow and red cards work 99% of the time. Never mind adding a blue card. I know they'll probably bring out the wrong one anyway, won't they? They're just inventing colour cards now. And he's put Chris, I don't have headphones on, so you're okay. Save eardrums, but we have to talk some football and we won't spend too much time on it, but we have some FA Cup results. And if anybody is wondering why Nottingham Forest and Bristol City, I forgot to change Bristol City into red anyway. Nottingham Forest are green because they did win the penalty shootout. Before anyone says about my typos and my colouring, so I just wanted to point that one out. But Coventry City 4, Sheffield Wednesday 1. So the winners actually play Maidstone as well, don't they?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Was we expecting Coventry to win at home against Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, they're starting to hit the straps on. Callum O'Hare's scoring goals left, right, and centre, isn't he? Fair play. I mean, Simon tagged us in some video before. I don't know if you have seen it about what they're playing, they're playing getting elbowed right in the face. The referee's like
Jamie Allen as well.
Jamie Allen,
I was fuming.
Literally, he's like 5 yards away. The ref's 5 yards away and hasn't seen it. And they don't know about bringing blue cards in. They can't even see an absolute, an assault to somebody's head. So never mind.
Just on that as well, Ben has actually put Coventry, difficult task for us, that's for sure, but looking forward to a visit to Vico. Oh,
I will say, I know Ben was on that, and I thought Ben spoke very, very well
it was
last
brilliant.
week. Like, really, really well. But you've got to be devastated about Gun Coventry. All those teams are left. City, Arsenal's there out, Newcastle. It'd have been nice to see he's knocked Newcastle out and all that. But all the best, Ben, for that game. We all hope that you win, apart from the Coventry fans. Obviously, we want Maidstone to win, so congratulations and fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, it's a pretty decent stadium to go to if they get a good crowd in there. I mean, when they've got a good crowd, it's decent. But if you go there and it's all spread out, it looks like, same with all these big grounds and low crowds, it looks horrible. So hopefully, they get a decent number turn out, which I would guess they would do. And then, it's there for the taking, isn't it? They got nothing to lose.
I will say as well, Nick. I hope Coventry do the right thing as well and give Maidstone a fair bit of the television rights. I know they get 50-50 anyway, but if Coventry can maybe change that to 70 or something, and then that sorts Maidstone out, doesn't it? That's Maidstone sorted out for 2 or 3 years now. Love to see. Yeah, love to see them win, but yeah, and I agree about the stadium. I've been to is it the Rico or the CBS Stadium or something?
Rico, wasn't it? I don't know what it is nowadays.
I went last season, and I've got to be honest, I didn't find it that good of a stadium, that nice of a stadium. But a fair play to Maidstone. Well, like I say, we're all their fans next week. To be fair, apart from Simon in the chat.
I went there a few years ago. We played them in the FA Cup, and I think Swindon took about 5,000 fans there, and the ground was pretty well populated, so it was a decent atmosphere. Apart from us getting beat, but there we are. But yeah, it's for a modern stadium. I think it's quite decent because some of them are soulless, and that's probably one of the few that's if you get a good crowd in there, it is decent.
Definitely. Made me laugh as well. In the chat, Ben has actually put to you, Anne, thanks, Anne. I'll slip the £20 to you later.
I need it at the
minute. In the chat as well, Simon has actually put better than the stadium of shite, Anne.
Let's not say things we don't mean, Simon. Come on.
Right, in talking, right? Shawnee as well. Even Northampton's ground is better than Coventry's, and we've got a stand missing. There's a lot of fighting talk.
Kieran, mate, you won't be welcome on Fools anymore. No, fair play to you. I'll do the same.
Mr. Luke as well. If I was Coventry, go full strength against Maidstone. Do not take any chances. May seem an extreme, but why not?
Yeah, but to be fair though, Ipswich did. Ipswich didn't put half a side out. Ipswich had like Nathan Broadhead was playing. He's been banging goals for them. So made. I mean, it was a great performance because they just took all of what they got. I mean, they were under loads of pressure, and you need that luck sometimes because there was a couple of shots where, the keepers had a cracking game, but there was a couple of shots where deflected and went wide or anything like that. But they took the chances, and that's all you got to do in football. I've always said this, and I'll say it till the day I die, there's only one stat that matters in football, and it's the final score. Fair play. I agree with what Mr. Luke's saying. If Cov put a full team out and play the way that Cov have been playing lately, then I think Coventry will win, but it's the magic of the FA Cup. It's slowly coming back, isn't it? So it's just a pity as well.
Yeah,
it's just a pity as well that the fifth round's midweek. I'm not with that at all. I don't like that.
Are all the games midweek in the fifth round?
Fifth round's midweek.
I didn't realise that. That's crazy.
Like 2 weeks today, isn't it? I think. Oh no, it's not. It's 3 weeks today.
Yeah.
I just think that's a waste of time. Surely you could find a spot where you can put the fifth round on Saturday.
100%. Like Ben was saying last week, though, obviously Maidstone, some of the players and like the voluntary staff, they have to take it off work to do this, and it's unfair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the chat. Kieran has put, it's only friendly banter, Nick, and you've admitted you'd be doing the same.
Oh yeah, no problem, Kieran, mate. 100%. And when we finish above you in the league at the end of the season, I'll be in touch. Don't worry.
Simon has put, people need to get themselves to the CBS and see how much better the atmosphere is now compared to what it was under the previous owners. Chris has put, watch Plymouth versus Leeds on TV. Fair credit to the fans for being in disgusting weather on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll go on to that game in a minute. Ben, I've stared at the badge graphic so many times today. It's still mad we're one of the 16 teams. I love that so much. Makes my heart burst. I love that.
It does, doesn't it? You just want to see teams like that. I think it was it Lincoln a few years ago? They got all the way into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
It's just it is so nice, like.
Oh, what sad news. What Shani's put. News regarding National League South. Taunton Town has been placed under an immediate transfer embargo following the issue of a winding up petition.
Oh, bless them.
Oh,
not good.
That's awful. Graham has put, all games should be weekends and no semi-finals at Wembley. Enough big capacity grounds now to not need the semis to be at Wembley. Completely agree with that. Because then I think to myself, the final, it doesn't seem like anything really when you go to Wembley twice for the semi-final and the final. The final should obviously be at Wembley, but
that's much too sensible, Graham.
Wasn't there a case a few? It may have been last season or the season before where all 4 teams were from the north.
Yeah.
And they all had to travel down. I think one of the games was Sunday at 7:30. And it was like, well, how are they going to get the train back? The last train was at 11 or something. If that goes in extra time, it's stupid. Should have won at Old Trafford and won it at Villa Park, like what they used to do back in the day.
100%.
And then it gives Wembley the actual coronation. What you need, the finals at Wembley. Semi-finals at Wembley's never been like. It's never kind of. I've never understood it because it's just the big thing is
it's just about bringing money in for Wembley Stadium, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Just going back to the chat as well. This made me laugh. Kieran has put to you, Nick. You won't have to worry about us next season, Nick. We'll be in League One.
Oh God, Kieran, man, come on. We got more chance of that.
And Graham has put, sorry, Nick, blue card for me, into the sin bin I go.
Yeah, you would do, yeah.
And Aled has put as well, why not have one in Villa? Yeah, as we said, completely agree. Next game, Plymouth 1, Leeds United 4. And obviously, Leeds United won by quite a big margin eventually, but I watched the first half and it wasn't a thriller at all. I don't think it was quite a boring match, the first half. What do you guys think? Did you catch any of it?
No, I didn't, to be honest. I switched on and I think I saw Leeds get their third goal. And I thought, that's enough for me. And then I
Yeah.
crashed out. So and that was a bit of a scrappy goal, but there's no such thing as a bad goal, but it was scrappy.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I'm absolutely over the moon at winning extra time because we've got Plymouth on Saturday. So
I love it.
120 minutes. They're all absolutely, and to be fair, they all looked absolutely dead on their feet at the end. Long travel up to Sunderland. If we kind of beat Plymouth at home after that, then there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah.
Just quickly going back to we were talking about where they should hold Aled has put, if an all-South semi-final, you should have one at either Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea or Spurs if neither sides are involved.
Yeah. And you look at that, Arsenal's got a brand new stadium, West Ham's got a brand new stadium, Chelsea are getting a brand new stadium, Spurs have got a brand new stadium, so, sell them out.
Yeah, they've all got big capacities. It'd be, what I say is just far too obvious, but people at the FA, they're not interested in the fans, are they? That's the problem.
Just moving on as well. Southampton 3, Watford 0. Were we all expecting this one?
Yeah.
I mean, Southampton are strong, aren't they, at the minute?
On fire.
There we are. Yeah. Nottingham Forest, obviously beating Bristol City on penalties. It could have gone either way, in my opinion, to be honest. I know Nottingham Forest are Premier League, but they're not really doing that well, are they? So it could have gone either way. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 3. We won't talk about this for too long, but surprise there.
very, very quickly on that, I watched it last night. I thought Chelsea were outstanding.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying hopefully they can turn it around because I don't like Chelsea at all. But to go there and do that to Villa, who were brilliant at home, it was a very good performance. So it might be the shoots of green grass that Poch finally needs, but I thought they were outstanding, to be honest.
Yeah, but they do that in one game, and the next game they're absolutely rubbish.
Yeah,
so,
they'll lose next game, won't they? They've got Palace away or something, haven't they? I think it's on Monday night. They'll get beat.
When I saw the free kick was spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was top class because you were against a really good keeper right in that top corner. That was brilliant free kick.
I will say as well, I know, obviously because it's Premier League, we're not really talking about it, but Cole Palmer has got to be in England squad for the Euros. What a baller he is, mate.
Yes.
What a baller.
Yeah, good player.
Well, it's Gareth Southgate, so he probably won't be. He probably won't be.
True.
It really annoys me with this because every manager we get, it's like, we're going to pick them based on form, blah, 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 blah. Never happens. They always have the favourites.
Yeah.
It's like that the other day. Could have gone to any of the matches and goals and chooses to watch Jordan Henderson at Ajax. And it's like, you could have chose any of these new up-and-coming midfielders and these other players. Like, you've got Kobe Mainu, you've got, Anthony Gordon, other players like that, who you think, they might be able to take the next step up. But, no, decide to watch Jordan Henderson. But that's a whole nother podcast.
It's like, surely you've seen what Jordan Henderson can do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Go and watch somebody else.
Exactly.
I mean, he wouldn't have watched much of Gordon because he went off at half-time with his ankle.
True. Johnny has put, I think we've all got the same answer for this, to be honest. Would you get rid of replays? I wouldn't.
No.
Nope. We need it. Us lower league fans need replays. We do. Chris has put, it's all about probably trying to pay off Wembley Stadium. Yeah,
100%. That's correct. That's the problem.
Ben has put, I'm in favour of the neutral ground. Loses its value of Weeching. I sounded like Roy Hodgson. You mentioned Crystal Palace and I'm talking like Roy. Reaching Wembley for me. Oh, that really made me laugh. Chris, big result for Chelsea after they are awful in the Premier League currently. Beautiful free kick as well. We have got, trying to keep up with the chat. Thank you so much, guys. Ben, cracking performance from Chelsea. Simon, they used to use Villa Park, St James's Park for Old Trafford for the semi-finals, didn't they? Yeah, I thought they did.
It was Old Trafford and Villa. So obviously it was Hillsborough before the disaster, wasn't it? And then they moved it to Villa. I think the
Villa Park was always a regular, depending who it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we have got Kieran. Southgate will be picking Henderson instead. Exactly.
Yeah, we know that.
Keep replays. And Kieran's also put keep replays. Some clubs get funded for seasons because of it. It's so true. And next up, we have got the Championship. So where should we start? Do you want to talk Sunderland first, Ant?
Oh,
we don't have to. We can pick another highlight.
We can do, because to be fair, after my rant a couple of weeks ago, which quite a lot of people have seen, and I did get a little bit of stick over it, to be honest. I'll give him time, this, that, and the other, and I said he probably needs bare minimum of 4 points. We've got the bare minimum 4 points. We beat Stoke and obviously drew 1-1 with Borough. I still don't think we're playing. I think the football we're playing is horrible, to be honest. It's so boring. And like you mentioned before about Gareth Southgate as England manager, it's like having Gareth Southgate as Sunderland manager at the minute. It's just boring. But it's fair. I mean, credit where credit's due to Michael Beale. He lost his uncle during the week, and I think it hit him quite badly and stuff. But Sunday, first half, I thought we were by far the better team. Should have been 1 or 2-0 up. Abdullah Bar misses an absolute sitter. It was a really good game of football, and then second half, and this is happening too much with us. We just completely stopped playing, and for some reason, we just kind of keep it up. And this has been all season. This has been before, even when Tony Mowbray was there, before Michael Beale came in. We've never dominated a game for 90 minutes, bar one this season when we beat Southampton 5-0. That seems a long time ago now. It was only 4 months ago. It seems about 40 years, to be fair. But yeah, credit where credit's due. I thought, Berra's goal, I don't think it's a free kick. I don't know if you've seen it, but I don't think that's a free kick at all. Fair play to, I think it's Force who scores, takes it brilliantly. And then our Ukrainian sensation scores. Jack Clark, obviously plays it through, and Nazarian Roos. And to be fair, he catches it well, but I think the goalkeeper probably be saying I probably should be saving that. And then, I think we've probably done enough to win the game. Borough, I will say this now, I don't think us or Borough will be in the playoffs. I just think both teams are missing that. We're missing, obviously, a proper centre-forward, and I think they're missing a dominator in midfield. And the fact, obviously, that they let a few go. Didn't they miss? Was it Akpom who was there last year scoring all the goals? He went to Ajax, speaking of Ajax. But they're missing a lot of players, and I just don't think both of them. I think them teams are like high end, high mid-table, maybe 9th, 10th, something like that. But no, like I said, I've done my rant over Michael Beale. I don't want Michael Beale as Sunderland manager. He is going to be Sunderland manager till at least the end of the season, I would think. So it's now time, I think, maybe just to hopefully, the results will keep him, whatever the results are, will keep him in a job, you know what I mean? And I just wish we could play a little bit more attacking, really, go for teams. But we'll see what happens on Saturday. We've got Plymouth at home. Plymouth, like I said before, Plymouth, I think, are a fantastic side, to be honest. I know they're down there in the table, but they've got the top scorer in the league in Morgan Whittaker, who I think is a fantastic player. It's going to be a difficult game, but I would fancy Sunderland fresh. Obviously, we are definitely 100%. We are, Kieran, yeah. I would fancy Sunderland fresh against the Plymouth Argyle side who went 120 minutes. They've got to travel all the way up, because it's a hell of. It doesn't matter if you're in a luxury coach or whatever. That is a hell of a long travel up to the northeast, unless they're flying, which I don't think they will be. So. See what happens. I'm fully expecting to lose. We'll see. I think I'm like what Nick's like at the minute, where I'm just expecting us to lose, and if we don't, I'm
just
over
a bonus.
Yeah, like the defeats, you just shrug your shoulders now. I'm happy for the season to be over now and then restart. But yeah, like I said, he needed 4 points, at least 4 points out of 6. He's got 4 points out of 6. You can't really say, well, tough. That's the way it is. So fair play to him, to be honest.
I'm just going into the chat now. He's a Rochdale fan, bless him, who's come into the chat and he's asking me quite a few questions. So I'll just quickly answer them before we move on. Hi, Michael, by the way. Shah, what's your thoughts on us getting money for Campbell? Do you know what? I'm actually really happy that we got some money for Campbell, because it looked like from previous seasons. I think something went on behind the scenes and he didn't get on with managers. And I don't know how true it is, but I believe Jim McNulty kind of offered him a lifeline and wanted to speak to him in pre-season, but Campbell turned him down and didn't want to know. I don't know how true that is. It's just something I've heard, so don't quote me on this. And then Jim McNulty sent him out on loan, and it looked like in the summer we were going to obviously get rid of him on a free because that's when his contract ended. So just to get anything for him, I think is a massive bonus for us because obviously he wasn't going to play, was it? There was obviously stuff going on behind the scenes. So I think that was brilliant that we managed to get some sort of money for him, especially with our circumstances at the minute. And every little counts, doesn't it? Yeah. And my predictions for Altrincham, I don't like making predictions. And I'm not too sure because I don't know whether Kean Hayes will be on the bench. I know he's still got a knock, but Cairo Mitchell is back. So that's a positive. So both teams do score goals. We also leak goals. So I'm going to go with 2-2. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
I forgot to say, Shah, was the first time we've been on together since Kean Hayes came back. So
I know.
Yay!
Have you seen the thumbnail as well for this week? Sam's put Kean Hayes on. But yeah, thank you so much for your comments, Michael. I really do appreciate it. And I didn't want to make you wait the whole show for me to answer them ones. So thank you so much.
If we had a chat scoring tonight, you'd have had a hell of a scroll back up, wouldn't you?
I know. That was one of the reasons why, yeah. Just before we talk about some other highlights, Graham has put Ipswich have absolutely fallen off a cliff. Completely agree with that one. Chris, just seen on Twitter that The Undertaker is trending and wondered why. He's in Saudi Arabia for the Al Hilal versus... That's how everyone laughs at the way I say Al Hilal.
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal versus Al Nassr game to present a trophy. All right.
He's not giving them the urn, is he? If they
I know.
All Undertaker jokes, sorry.
Mr. Lee, bad result for Sheffield Wednesday, but a good result for Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Jen, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Going for the old Desmond. Yes, I am. Aled as well. Massive result for Terriers, not only in their case for survival, but in a Yorkshire derby. And I completely agree. No Cairo, no party. So, Nick, any standout results for you this week in the Championship?
Yeah, the one right near the top of the list was QPR winning at Blackburn,
yes.
Which obviously they're desperate for victories. They're still in the bottom three. It's getting really tight down there, especially with Huddersfield winning. So, that was a real good result for QPR. So, it's, they should be in that league, I think, for the sort of team they've had. And I know they've had a lot of issues. But that for me is one of the standout results, apart from the obvious ones like, Leicester thumping 5 goals away from home. And we've all said all along that they're the team that's the outstanding team. They're basically a Premiership side. But QPR for me.
Did you see the controversy with that game, the Blackburn one, going into the press conference on Friday? Jean-Dahl Thompson wasn't invited. He's Blackburn's manager, so they did a press conference without him. But I think they're on about Saturday. I think he's probably going to be gone after this weekend, no matter there's something going on between him and the Venky's, and if you want some bad owners of football clubs, the Venky's probably high up there. But yeah, he got banned from the press conference. So yeah,
right.
Just catching up with the chat before we move on as well.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted there by Mad Dog Mac.
Well, it's a coincidence because when a certain someone comes into the chat, that other person comes in as well. Yeah. So we are onto it, the podcast. So we do have a feeling who it actually is as well. But so be careful the person who keeps coming in, and then that comment appears as well. So we are onto you. Blackburn are another club that could be in trouble. Things not going well off the pitch. Another club with owner issues. Aled as well. If Blackburn get relegated, Stockport could have them away next season. We have as well. I can't keep up with all this. JDT is supposed to be on his way out of Blackburn.
Yeah.
Jenna's put as well, I don't blame JDT if he leaves.
No.
Any other standouts for you, Anne, on that list?
Obviously the Preston North End Ipswich game. Preston were, I think, they were 2-0 up in a crack, went 3-0 up, and then Ipswich threatened to come back through 2 goals from Kiefer Moore, who was signed on loan on transfer window deadline day. Now Sunderland were in for Kiefer Moore, but Sunderland refused to pay 30 grand a week wages to him, which I fully agree with, because that is far too much money. But he went and pulled 2 goals back for them. But I think Graham mentioned it before, and I mentioned it in our little chat, didn't I? Ipswich are absolutely falling off a cliff.
Yes.
And I did say at the start of the year, and start of the season, sorry, and it was round about November, December time, you have got to get through December, January and still be up there. They are still there, but they're hanging on by the fingernails, aren't they? Leeds are coming. Leeds are starting to play very, very well. Southampton are on a 23-match unbeaten run, and Ipswich are away and gone. It would be difficult for me now to see Ipswich in the top 2, and I think they've put all their eggs into one basket and have really gone for promotion this year. And if they don't get it next year, they'll be very much struggling, because their wage bill is astronomical. You look at Hull as well. Hull, I don't know if you saw Kieran Maguire's tweet the other day. Hull are operating on a £400,000 a week loss. Yeah. If they don't go up this year, that is monstrous amount of money, because obviously FFP comes in. So it's mad. It's mad to see. And I don't know. I know Simon's in the chat as well about championship sides, but you see the likes of, and I would class Sunderland in this. Coventry. There's another team vying for the playoffs. Trying to think, Preston and Cardiff and that,
Norwich,
who are actually doing it properly. They're not putting loads of money out there. That we're trying to operate the football club as a business, and trying to make profit first before they make that claim to go up. For me, there's too many teams that are really gambling with their long-term safety by trying to get into the promised land. And for me, it's not worth it. Go up there when you're good and ready. You see what happens with Burnley and Sheffield United. I know Luton are doing fantastic, but Luton started badly, didn't they? But it's very possible that the 3 teams that have gone up last season will come down this season. And for me, it just seems like people are just making huge gambles with football clubs that it's unsustainable. How can you be a Hull City fan or Ipswich fan not in the Premier League next year, operating at those losses? You're not going to be able to sign any players in the summer. You know what I mean? I just think it's madness, to be honest.
And what are they allowed to lose in the Championship? Is it similar to the Prem? Like I know it's £35 million a season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I think FFP is pretty much the same across the board, mate, to be honest. So you've just got to be...
Is that the same sort of figure, though? Is it that?
Yeah, I think it's along those lines, yeah. I mean, obviously, Sunderland are going on the model of, selling, bringing players in, making them good enough to play in the Premier League, if not with us, with somebody else. I mean, the big kind of, you look at like Coventry last year with Gokares and Hamer leaving. Took them a while to, get used to them not playing, but look at them now, they're flying. One of the best teams in the league. We're probably going to lose Jack Clark at the end of the season. Jack Clark will go for 25-30 million, and we'll reinvest that money into 3 or 4 players, or reinvest it into the youth team. We've got a couple of youth team players who are ready to make the step up. It just so happens, that that's the way we're going to operate on. And I really do. I think it's mad. When I saw those figures, I saw 30 grand away for Kiefer Moore, and I was like, nah, no chance, no way. You know what I mean? And he scored 2 goals. He might score goals for them, but that's a big gamble on someone like Kiefer Moore, who was going to get you 8 to 10 goals, you would say. I think I really do. I think it's mad, and you wouldn't see like businesses in the business world operating on some of the losses that these football clubs are. Yeah. But it's allowed in football. I find it madness, to be honest. I really do.
Yeah, like you said, the real way you've got to do it, and I don't know the fans don't like it, but you've got to bring players through, improve them, and sell them on. Now, no fan wants to see their best players go, but certainly teams in the lower leagues that's really the only way you can achieve some sort of stability.
Yeah.
And I know that's what they were doing at QPR. Then they had a change of direction, and that's why Les Ferdinand left as director of football.
That's right. Yeah.
Because he said, well, you're going totally against what we've agreed to do, is bring players on, sell them for good money, and then we can sustain where we are. And you know, look what's happened to them now. They're in the relegation zone.
And you've got to look as well with FFP. If you bring a player up, like, you know, Sunderland's got two or three. I'll name one, Chris Rigg at the minute, who was a young player, 16-year-old who has played first team football. You know, if he signs a professional deal with us and we sell him for, say, 25, 30 million, we keep 100% of that because we've made that player for our own, you know, and has gone on. That's what teams are going to start doing. You know, they're going to, you know, develop young players, sell them for, you know, massive price and reimburse that in the club. That's the way football's going. You know, you kind of just go around throwing this, that, and the other, and oh, we might get up. And if it doesn't work, you're screwed. And who's going to be the ones paying the price? The fans. And we've seen it time and time again. And I really do not agree with it at all, to be honest.
I think as long as the clubs make it clear that that's the model they're going to use.
Yeah.
It's when they don't make clear what they're doing. And then all the fans sees, oh, you're just selling their best players. You've got no ambition. But, you know, if they say, yes, we are going to sell players, we are going to develop players, and we are going to make a big profit on them, that's what we want to do. But that'll enable us to invest in the youth team, invest in academies, and bring players in from wherever and move the club forward. So, but that's what they got. They really got to be upfront 100% with the fans. And then there's no argument. You know, it's where they don't do that. Then the fans get disillusioned because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And I don't get this kind of, you know, because we got this kind of grief the other week because we didn't sign a striker on deadline day. And like I say, we're in for Millwall, we're in for a couple of strikers. And it was like, you're showing lack of, you know, at least Ipswich are showing ambition, paying them 30 grand a week. For me, that's not ambition. I honestly think that's craziness. Yeah, he might get them the goals that gets him up. He might, but he also might not. They might not go up.
Big risk,
you know, and. Yeah, I just think the risk is you know, it's a risk and reward, isn't it? And like I say, you've got some teams who are doing it properly. You know, I keep on mentioning Coventry, and you know, I don't want to go over the top, but Coventry are doing it. They've been doing it properly for the last 2 or 3 years, where they and you know, like I say, Simons and chat and all that. Got Neil Littlewood who goes, you know, every game. They would have been devastated last year when they didn't go up and they knew they were losing Gyökeres, they knew they were losing Hamer, could probably lose O'Hare, probably will lose O'Hare in the summer if he doesn't, if they don't go up. But you've got to look at their season now without them two players, and it's still been as good. They're still in the playoffs. They're still trying to get up there, so it can work instead of, you know, just, you know, flying money around left, right, and centre, bringing all these players in who are good players. The players all have signed are fantastic. But what if they don't go up? They're not going to be here next year because they've signed half of them on loan. It's madness. In fact, I am having an rant here. I didn't think I would. This is not about Sunderland, I suppose. I just Coventry are all right. I just don't dislike her as much as what you dislike me.
And you do realise that you're bigging up Coventry and you're putting your own club down and you're on the same points.
But no, I'm not. I think we are. I'll never go off the model what we're doing. And I will say it. I am behind that model. Yeah, I'm not behind the manager because I don't think we play very good football. But the model of bringing young players in, improving them, getting a lot of money for them, and sustaining the club, I am 100% behind.
Oh, yeah.
And I think eventually we will go up. Might not be this season. It might not be next season. But eventually we will go up, and we will go up prepared for the Premier League. Not just, we'll take the parachute payments, we'll come back down and we'll do it again, like the likes of Norwich have been doing for years, and Watford and blah blah blah. We'll be ready to make that step up and to keep that step up, like what Brentford and Brighton have done. I wouldn't say Forest because I think Forest might go down, but I think that way of business and that way of football sustainability has got to be the way forward, to be honest. Otherwise, you're going to see loads of clubs just go out of business.
Yeah, no, I agree.
In the chat as well, we have got a lot, so I will catch up on this. Stevie, thank you so much for joining us. He has put, you need to bring players on on to settle to be a sustainable. Sorry, I can't
There we go.
speak. Sustainable club in the Championship. That's how my team Argyle are going in that direction.
Yeah. You look what Argyle have done, bringing Morgan Whittaker in. I mean, what a signing that is. And how much money will they go for? 20 million, you would say? I mean, Lazio were after him in the transfer deadline day. And how much did he cost? I don't know. Stevie might be able to let us know how much did he cost. But he's a top scorer in the league. He's playing for Plymouth. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic achievement, what they've done. And to be fair to Plymouth, as much as I hope they lose on Saturday, you look at what they've done. They've built up some players, but they've also built up two very good managers in Ryan and Stephen Schumacher. You know, who have gone on to very well run club. And the lad who's in at the moment at Plymouth will be exactly the same thing. A bit of an unknown quantity, but he's got them playing that same style. And I really hope they do stay up. To be fair, he costs £1 million. Yep. So you get 20 million for him. That's a £19 million profit. There you go. You know what I mean? And that sorts Plymouth out for 6 years? Easy.
Exactly. Mr. Luke as well has just noticed there was only one draw out of all of the.
And it was us. Sorry to let everybody down there.
Let's have a quick look at the table. So Leicester are still top. They have 72 points. Southampton are now second with 61 points. Leeds are third with 60 points. Ipswich are now fourth with 59 points. West Brom are fifth with 48 points. And Hull City are sixth with 45 points. And in a relegation, we have QPR, who are 22nd with 28 points. Sheffield Wednesday are 23rd with 23 points. And Rotherham are still bottom of the league, unfortunately for them, with 19 points.
Just looking at the bottom of that league now, Russia, at the start, we're on about October, November, we thought them three are doomed, aren't we? And there's QPR. Sheffield have still got a long way to go. I think Rotherham are down. Sheffield have still got to pick up a lot of results. But you look at Swansea, Millwall will be looking over the shoulders now. Blackburn, Stoke City. Yeah, I mean, they'll be looking over the shoulders at the minute, especially you look at Stoke, who made that, brought in Stephen Schumacher. It hasn't quite worked yet. I think it will. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
But you've got to be looking, even Swansea looking over the shoulders there. I think we've got to start picking up results. Because QPR, to be fair, are doing that now. Oh, bloody hell, Simon, I hope not.
Playoffs as well, though, and just obviously the teams just outside of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting, isn't it, at the top and bottom of the table?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
We've got to win on Saturday if we want to be in the playoffs. They're the games we've got to win. No disrespect, like I said, to Plymouth, but we've got to be winning teams out.
I tell you what, though, as well, I say it every week now, but Leeds really are on the up, aren't they? Is it 9 unbeaten now?
Yeah. Nine. Yeah. Southampton 23. Leicester, I think, have lost once in 30 or something or other. Something mad like that. And just Ipswich have fallen off the cliff at the wrong time. It's no bad thing. Those three teams are fantastic teams, but as we said at the start of the season, I think me and Nick said it, they're the three teams that came down last year.
Yeah.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Right. Moving on to League One. So any standout games? Nick, I'll let you choose first. Any standout games on there for you?
I did read a funny tweet that obviously you know the rivalry between Swindon and Oxford.
Yeah.
That someone tweeted to say that, well, that was a strange resort for Oxford United's best team for many a season and Reading's worst team for many a season, and they get a 1-1 draw. So it's someone having a nice little dig there. So yeah, Oxford has struggled a bit over the last few weeks. So they've actually dropped just outside the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Derby, it's good win at Charlton, because you never know what you're getting with Charlton, because they're a bit of a basket case club. That they can win one week, lose the next, like a lot of teams. And the other team that's really going down, and I know there's a lot of issues going on, Port Vale getting thumped by Fleetwood, and they want the Flitcroft director of football out, so their fans are on a bit of a mission to get him out of the club. So yeah, it's all going a bit toxic there. So and they're not one of my favourite clubs either, from what happened in the playoffs. So that's not necessarily sad to see.
And we like Fleetwood again now, don't we? I
Yeah,
mean,
we
who
do.
would have thought Fleetwood give us Kean Hayes back and a win 2 on the bounce? I mean,
Yeah, see,
the legends.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do.
yeah. Well, you've got them back on track now. Now you like them.
Exactly.
They're on the way up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Graham as well, Charlton fan. I'd love to see us win one week, Nick. Bless him. Bless him. Aled as well. Shrewsbury lost. Any standouts there for you, Nick? I mean, the bottom one is a lot of love for Matt Farley in the chat, and that bottom result is massive, isn't it? Because Blackpool were doing all right as well, weren't they? Both teams.
Yeah, and they've actually, I saw an interview with Nathan Thompson, who's at Stevenage, and his brother is also there. Both came through Swindon Academy, and Nathan's well, they're both a bit of well thought of at Swindon. And he gave a real good interview for a couple of hours. So again, Stevenage probably not one of my favourite teams, but I like to see the Thompsons doing well. So yeah, that's a decent result. So I think they've slipped up, haven't they? A few results in recent weeks. So they probably needed that win to get back on track.
Definitely. Just going back to the chat, we have Shawnee, obviously our Northampton fan. He has put, we gave Portsmouth a good game, but the red card was a shocker, to be honest. A yellow at best.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The whole Portsmouth played very, very well. Just on the highlights, it looked a different level, didn't it? They looked as if they were a championship side in the mid, and fair play to Northampton for trying them out to come back. But yeah.
In the chat as well, we have, Anne, Kieran has put, well, Fleetwood winning, isn't it supposed to be on the 3 things guaranteed? Fleetwood winning isn't supposed to be on the 3 things guaranteed in life. What's going on? Because we like him again now. So. Graham as well has put, we have a massive game against Reading on Saturday. It's a 7-pointer. It's that big of a game. The Nathan Jones era begins. Nice to have him back. He'd been gone too long.
Yeah, it's a good appointment, that, to be fair.
Very
If he's over his Southampton, shenanigans where he was poor, to be fair, it is a good managerial appointment, I think.
Definitely. Any standout results for you on there?
Wigan beating Peterborough. Yeah, Wigan beating Peterborough.
That one.
Yeah, that's I think that was a coupon buster for quite a lot of people, wasn't it? Apart from that, no, not really. Just like good to see Charlie Adam getting a win at Fleetwood, and it was so good they did it twice for him, didn't they? Because they won at midweek. Stevenage just for Farley, but then they couldn't really beat Reading, could they? On Tuesday, they got beat off Reading.
Exactly.
So
we will go to them ones as well. I have got them on. And Chris has actually put as well, League One games on Tuesday night. Cambridge versus Bolton got abandoned after 8-9 minutes due to the weather.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's seen a video of that as well, but the
Madness.
groundsmen were sweeping it, and it was just absolutely it was just one big puddle, wasn't it?
You see, when they tried to do the ball drop, it just went.
Yes, it just went.
It was like an egg.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, as well, Burton Albion versus Cheltenham was postponed. But Fleetwood, look at them again. Winning away at Bristol Rovers. I mean, what a result for them. And it's massive for them as well at the bottom, isn't it? 6 points in them 2 games. So that's fantastic. Exeter City 2, Peterborough 1. Port Vale again, as Nick mentioned, they are losing a lot of games, aren't they? On a real bad run. And I think they've dropped into the relegation zone. If I'm correct, we'll go to that in a minute. And Stevenage 0, Reading 1. A massive win for Reading.
Yeah.
It's all the teams near the bottom end of the table were getting results that night, wasn't it?
Results.
Yeah. Reading, Exeter, Fleetwood, which, like you say, they won't do your accumulators any good, so they're all coupon busters.
Definitely, this made me laugh. Kieran put, fans were chanting as the groundsman was sweeping. He's very happy as well that Bristol Rovers lost.
Yes. Yes.
Graham put, and to be fair to us on Saturday, we more than matched Derby. Just one defensive error cost us a copy and paste statement for me this season. Bless you. I feel like that's always the case as well, though, when obviously you're near the bottom, no matter what, you seem to be doing all right, don't you? And then just one little thing kind of costs you. We have got as well. Chris, I was reading some guy came all the way from China just for Cambridge versus Bolton game, only for it to be abandoned. You'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
You would, wouldn't you? Was it someone at Everton a couple of years ago? He came all the way from somewhere or other, and that game got called off.
Yes. Didn't they fund him to come back as well or something?
They got a tour of the stadium and stuff like that. I can remember, this is a long time ago now, it was like 95, 96, and Sunderland were playing Porto in a pre-season game at Roker Park, and there was one Porto fan there, and he was hilarious, like, to be fair, and we beat them 2-0, but he arrived, he said, I've spent thousands of pounds to come here, I've travelled 4,000 miles, and he went the wrong day. He arrived on the Tuesday, thought the game was on the Tuesday night, so he had to spend an extra bit of money. His flight was maybe on the Wednesday. He had to call it all up and all that stuff. Was absolutely hilarious. I'll always live with his Zach. I was only about 10 or 11 at the time, and I just spent 9 minutes laughing at him. Like, it was hilarious. So, hope we're still going anyway.
In the chat as well, Mr. Lucas put Bolton won the water polo game at Cambridge, and Ben has put another call for 3G pitches at League 1 and League 2 level. What do you think, guys?
No.
No, I'm not a fan of 3G, to be fair, but no.
No, not for me.
And Graham, it seems this year Wednesday shows are my happy Charlton shows and Thursday shows are my sad Charlton shows. Well, we're really, really sorry about that, but we hope we make it as entertaining as possible for you.
At least the women are doing well, Graham. Yeah, I always say that about Sunday. At least the women's team are doing all right.
Exactly. And just moving on now to the League One table. So Portsmouth are still top on 63 points. We have a new team though in second. We have Derby now on 59 points. Bolton are third on 58 points, but obviously they do have a few games in hand. Peterborough fourth on 56 points. Barnsley are fifth on 53 points. Stevenage are sixth on 52 points. Oh, I love that for Farley. And then look at the bottom, Reading are out of relegation zone. But unfortunately for Port Vale, they have dropped in now. They are 21st on 30 points. Fleetwood are 22nd on 25 points, but them 2 wins has obviously boosted them up a little bit. Cheltenham are 23rd on 23 points, and then bottom of the table, no change there. We have Carlisle on 20 points.
They're down, aren't they, Carlisle? I think Carlisle and Cheltenham are down. Yeah. Fleetwood might. You never know. Fleetwood can get a good run together on Charlie Adam.
Exactly.
Look at Charlton, bless them. Charlton.
I know.
A point off. Christ almighty.
Yeah, I think you got your numbers a bit wrong in the league table, Char.
Oh, probably. I did it last night when I was tired. I fell asleep as well halfway through.
Oxford is probably 46, isn't it, and not 56.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Never mind.
Don't give them any more.
I didn't see if you'd noticed, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that. God.
Shadi has put, I prefer 5G pitches over 3G pitches. Kieran's got a lot of love for Farley.
We all have a little love for Farley, to be fair. We all love him.
That was a typo, Chris. I'm really sorry. The amount of graphics. And I wanted to get them all done before our WSL show. So I am sorry for the mistakes, guys. Oxford on more points and below Stevenage. Yes. Not Carlisle in League 2. No, thanks. With Shah's accent, it sounds like, yeah, it does. I say Bolton. It's
Bolton.
Everyone points that one out. I do. Just testing you. Yeah, I do need to get a grip. I do. And no worries, Shah. I do apologise for my mistakes, everyone. Sorry, not sorry.
Unlike Rishi Sunak.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, you don't need to apologise.
Mr. Luke Bolton, I know. It's my accent. It's my awful accent. Really would like to experience Carlisle away. I experienced it, right? This was a good few years ago now. And there weren't many of us. I think there were about 18, 20 of us. It started snowing. We were stood. It had no roof. And it got to a point where at the end of the game, when me and my dad got back to the car, luckily, I think they went 1-0 up, but then luckily late on, we equalised and got back in my dad's car. And I was just really quiet. And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I wanted to cry, but because I was that cold. But I think if I did try and cry, it would actually be icicles. My tears, it was that cold. So make sure you take a coat. Make sure you take a coat.
I would advise anyone who wants to go to Carlisle away just not. It's fucking horrible. It's
I went to Carlisle a couple of seasons ago, and from where I am, the M6 is notorious for accidents. And on the way up there, the M6 was blocked, so nothing moving. So we cut across to the M1, and that was a slow stop, start because of roadworks. We got to the ground about 15 minutes past kickoff. All the gates were locked. Oh, geez. And we got round the side, and there's a gate, like a fence and a gate, and I saw the steward and said, "Come on, mate, let us in." "Oh, no, I don't know if I can." And the game started. I said, "Listen, I've just driven 6 hours. I'm coming in the ground." And he said, "Oh, if you got," I said, "I'll get a supervisor." So he gets his supervisor, and he says, "Have you got tickets?" And it was in the day, then you could pay on the gate, but I'd actually got tickets for that one. So yeah, I've got tickets. Yeah, he let us in, and we got in just after Swindon scored the opening goal. Oh dear, all that. We won. I think we won 2-0 or 2-1. So it was a decent at the end. But yeah, it's a nightmare to get to. Anything going up that M6, you got to leave so early to allow for hold-ups.
So yeah, do not go, anyone. We put everyone off. Yeah, Kieran, it is supposed to be an award-winning show. I think that's why we got the award, though, because he felt sorry for me. They felt sorry for me and thought, "Do you know what? We will present her this award." Win over score. Chris has put a fair few draws in League 2. Yes, we will go through the chat before we highlight our games of the week. Draws galore in League 2. Good to see the Gills dropping points again. Franchise FC loss, Simon said. Jenna's put, "It is such a bad ground." Shawnee, bless him, we love you regardless of a mistake, Shah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Much love. Jen, what a 2-1 for us. Unreal. We will get onto that as well. Great result. Aled looks like a nice traditional ground, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the ground. It's just the weather shit. It's just no place.
It's just cold. It's just cold, and that's coming from Northerners.
Yeah, exactly.
We know the cold.
Yeah. It's cold in June. Where are they?
I know.
I don't like Carlisle.
Kieran has put up the top of the form table, Newport County. Graham has put, "Not wrong with your accent, Shah. It's part of what makes you who you are." Yeah, true. I can't get rid of it. I might put on a posh accent next week just for the fans.
You should, like, next week.
Hello.
Welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast.
Remind me next Thursday, the introduction like that. Mr. Luke, I've been to Carlisle's ground. Can say it's not a bad ground, to be fair. It's just very cold. I think you'll find Canvey Island is a killer, right by the sea on a windy January day. That one gives you frostbite. Oh. Oh, man. Claire, hi, darling. So sorry I'm late, not having a good day. Oh, we hope you're okay, Claire. And if you're having a bad day and want to join us, feel free to join the stream. Everyone loves a bit of Claire. So feel free to pop on and talk Stockport County. Draws galore. Wish we were one of them. Graham is saying, "Hi, Claire. Lots of love for Claire." Claire again. Glad I'm in time to see you top of the league too. It's like you signed it. Shawnee, award-winning Bonkers podcast. Can't get through all of these. Thank you so much, everyone. Morecambe's ground is the worst in the winter. Tell you what, it's cold as well. Darlington's. I remember Darlington's. That was freezing.
Did you go to
Hartlepool's
the
old as
new
well.
Darlington ground, Shara, or was it the old one, the new one?
The new one.
That's still up, you know. I don't know what it's used for.
Really?
But still, yeah, it's still up, yeah. The George Reynolds Arena.
Graham, everyone says I sound posh, but I can't hear it at all when I speak. Well, you watch next week, Graham, and I'll be the poshest one on this podcast, including the people in the chat.
It's certainly what I mean, Claire, right?
I sound posh anyway. Don't have a you and Claire on. Oldham's ground gives you frostbite in August. That is also true. Aled, hope you improve, Claire. Kieran, Wrexham losing. We started dead downfall. Thanks for the love, but yeah, who is top of League Two, eh? I love that. So, we will start with, do you want to talk Swindon, Nick, or not?
Yeah, we can do it.
We'll start with Swindon. Sorry, Nick.
It was almost the same old story. Whereas, like Ant was saying earlier, that you can't last 90 minutes. Well, we have that problem. Normally we're ahead at half time and then lose the second half. Saturday we were drawing at half time. We scored in the 46th minute and then still managed to lose the game 2-1. Apparently the first half performance was really good. Had some reasonable chances, didn't put them away, and give away a couple of bad goals. It could have been prevented. But it's the same old story. I mean, the positives are team had a fairly good performance, which hasn't been the case for quite a few weeks. And it all kicked off after last week when we were doing a sort of looking at the transfer window. As soon as we went off air, I think we signed about 4 players. So altogether, we got about 8 or 9 new players. So it's going to take them a while to fit in. The McCurdy is back with us, which was, I did say that was the rumor going round, but that's a massive surprise. And I saw an interview he did, and he's come across as a very different character. He was not really subdued, but very thoughtful. Obviously, he had a heart problem. And he said he's started 4 games in the last 18 months. So his confidence is low. It's going to take him a while to get up to speed. And he spoke really well. You sort of felt for the guy a bit because he is a loose cannon. And he has been poor at a lot of clubs, but he did it for us. So hopefully, he will get a bit of game time over the next few weeks, and we can see the old Harry McCurdy, which all Swindon fans are desperate to see. So they're all positives. We signed, quite a few decent players. So it is from that point looking promising. So Kieran, we'll see where we both finish at the end of the season. You might be the form team at the moment, but don't get too ahead of yourself because. There's always a 4 coming. So, we're what are we? We're only 3 points behind you. So, but although we've got a really hard game this coming Saturday with another informed team in Salford that have been doing really well. So that'll be a good test, a good test for that. So, on the whole, disappointing result, but pleasing performance. That's about the best we can say for it.
We've got Kieran's point of view as well. I will read it out for you, Nick. So it's put hi-ho Newport County first. And then he has put, the first half was one of the worst halves of football I've ever seen. Swindon played well in that half, scored early in the second half, and then we woke up, scored 2 and won.
That about sums it up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy McCurdy is back in League Two. When Swindon scored, he was walking down a touchline and wound up the Newport fans, which I found quite funny.
Not Harry. No.
I love him. He's such a character. I really like Harry McCurdy because he's such a character. I really do.
Yeah, he's
I really do like him.
Yeah, it's good fun when he's on the pitch. So hopefully he can get back to some good form. But we've got other decent players now in the squad, and we've just put Tyrese Shade's just gone out on loan to Solihull. And it was Shade when he's playing poorly, or Sade when he had a good game. So that's what he was called. But
Nick, sorry for being completely ignorant to McCurdy. Is he the one who was getting all the grief in the playoffs when he's giving it all the big ones in the playoff?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, that's why there was a lot of trouble at Port Vale.
Yeah,
he was there for a while, but I don't think he played many games.
Yeah,
and he's the sort of player that he's a massive shithouse.
Yeah,
and he does wind fans up. I mean, we went, when he played at Carlisle, and when we went up there the season he's with us, he scored and went to their crowd, and the guy threw a beef burger at him. And then we played, I can't remember, it was at home, and he scored. That might have been Port Vale. And he went over to where their fans were, and it's in front of their disabled end. And there's a guy in a wheelchair trying to run him over. So, yeah, he does attract that sort of thing. So, and he had the spat where he got into trouble. He got sent off and wrecked the ref's room.
Yeah.
So there, he is. Yeah, he dresses weird.
Shithouse.
I love that.
Yeah, to have him in your team is great.
Yeah.
To have him against you, you'd hate his guts. But yeah, people say they want characters. But then you get a character in, all the opposing teams go ape shit about it. But it's good. Yeah, from your own side, it's great. We just love it. Absolutely love it.
I do love McCurdy. I'm going to just catch up with the chat, but if anybody who is a League Two fan wants to send their thoughts about their game, I know we've got Jen in the chat. I know we've got Claire, we've got Darren, we've got Aled as well. So please send your thoughts on your game and I will read them out. Kieran also put, his interview was lovely. I really enjoyed it. He reminds me of our Kevin Ellison. And he's also put, but yeah, 4 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 games, top of the form table and away to Walsall next. Proper loving football at the minute. Oh, I love that. Claire has put, absolutely love it when players shit house it up. I love that. Oh, that made me laugh. Darren is in agreement as well. Aled has actually put, started the half slowly. Salford's first 2 goals were almost identical. Both went in at the far post. The second direct from a corner. Poor ball possession. Didn't have many times in the game which we had numerous passages of play. Salford were more for it on the day and deserved winners. Jen has put, shithousery makes a game. It does make it comical, to be fair. Mr. Lucas put, while Notts County is on the screen there, current Notts County striker and former Gateshead striker went to our game. I saw that picture.
Yeah,
went to our game against Eastleigh, got a photo with him that you might
have
have seen
smiled,
going round.
Mr. Luke. You could have smiled.
I know. It went viral. It went viral. I was actually going to retweet it off of podcast socials as well, but I forgot. I didn't want to do it without your permission. But if you obviously give us the permission, we will share that around as well, Mr. Luke. So I did see that. Kieran, Will Evans reached 20 goals in all competitions and said Palmer Holden is also fantastic and a proper wind-up who wound up the Swindon fans when he scored.
I'll tell you what really annoys me is that, and I've got no problem with players doing it, but then when the fans start getting all shitty and complaining about it, because they'll give a player a stick all game, and then if the player comes back at them, oh, these players shouldn't be doing that, I'm reporting you and all this crap. If you give it, you got to take it back. So
exactly.
That really annoys me when they do that.
It's like when ex-players are coming to your stadium or back to where they were playing, and you're giving them grief for about an hour or something, and then as what normally happens with
they score,
especially in the Sunderland, they score and then celebrate. I go, well, I'm making them shit for 60 minutes. I hate it. And Charleston did it on Saturday. I hate it when players go back to the club and don't celebrate. I'll be all for it, mate.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Graham, bless him, has put, I'm making notes on these League Two teams just in case the worst happens. Oh, bless him. Claire and her thoughts on Stockport County 1, Harrogate Town 1. Boring first half. Second half did enough to win, but just wouldn't happen. Missed some sitters and Harrogate did well. Still top though. I'm going to put it out there now. We are going up.
Ipswich aren't though, Claire.
Ben agrees. Need more shithousery. Too many players are nice these days. Aled thinks that Charlton will be safe. He's also put as well, McLean is known for a bit of it. I completely agree with that. He is known for that.
But he's just a twat. He's not a shithouse. He's just a shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ben has put Regan Booty was at our game on Tuesday as well, Luke. Mr. Luke's put is suspended for 3 games for us. Darren has put his thoughts on the Stockport game as well. First half was poo. Second half battered them, just couldn't score. I love that.
You can't swear.
Yeah.
First half was poo.
Graham has put that they need a new manager bounce. Aled got Reading Saturday and Fleetwood soon too, who annoyingly have just started getting results. Kieran has put the fan interactions after the game were fantastic as the Swindon fans were crossing the bridge. But please shut it off from us to go through. Both sets of fans started chanting at each other. I won't read this out, but that is what was said.
Well, them saying that, I listened to Gary Lineker's podcast, and he was talking after the Man U game, and he's on it with Micah Richard and Alan Shearer, and it's a real good listen. And he was saying, "Oh, did you hear the chants during the game?" And they said, "No, what is it? I missed it." Oh yeah, he said all the Newport fans were singing "Sheep shagging bastards, we know what we are." And he said, I loved it. I thought that was great. Fair play to them.
Oh, funny. I'll just give you guys the option now just to say any results, any standouts for you on there. I know we've mentioned quite a few.
There were a lot of draws. What was it?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 draws. I mean, again, that just shows how close this league is.
Yeah.
So, if Newport, they put a good run together and fair play, and that that gets you starting climbing up the table. Yeah. And any team that does that, you've got half a chance of getting into that lovely playoff spot. So yeah, they're not far from it. And and I think Scoops has been on the Twitter about Gillingham having quite a good little run, although they haven't in the last couple of games, but they had a little run of 3 wins. So it's all to play for all the teams down there.
I'm just laughing. Everyone's putting about MK.
Yeah, that's a great result for Barrow, isn't it? It's still there, aren't they? I love it. I love it. I love them still being there. I think Mansfield beating Notts County probably. I think that's the end of Notts County's automatic promotion hopes. I think Mansfield will go. I agree with Claire. Actually, I think Stockport will go up. I think Mansfield will be up with them as well.
Yeah.
We have got Jen as well. She's a Morecambe fan, so. She has put, as for us, we played well, unlucky in gem scoring, but we bounced back and got the huge win we needed. Our away form seems to be picking up. Had a great transfer window, to be fair, with the budget we have. And she's also said that they do actually have 4 games in hand now.
No, games in hand.
I'd rather have the points.
You want the points.
Yeah.
You want the points on the board. We've seen it so many times that, if we win those games, we'll be here, there. Nah.
You've got to win them all, haven't you?
It puts the pressure on then.
Yeah,
you're chasing
definitely.
every game.
I can remember in our first season in League One, halcyon days, and we used to do, the internationals. We used to always go. We'll have the game off because we've got games in hand. We're only 3 points away from, I think it was like Peterborough who we were trying to catch, and we didn't end up catching. I can't remember who went up now. That 2 Barnsley and somebody else, and we should have gone up that year because we were probably the best team in the league, and we're just relying on these. Oh, we've got 3 games now. I think we had 3 games now. We were 2 points off the top 2. Didn't win any of them. End up losing in the playoff final.
Yeah. They become pressure games then, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Claire has put, Barrow went up in my estimation for putting a black line through Dons. Again, standout result for me was Franchise FC taking a massive hit. Kieran has put, and I forgot Swindon. What's the score? Swindon, what's the score?
It's 2-1.
Jen has put, we are here to survive, not get promoted, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that is fair enough. Yeah.
Graham has put Barrow with the ultimate shithousery with their scoreboard black line against MK Franchise. That was hilarious. Ben has put Barrow continuing to tip them off. Still think they will get automatic promotion. They are doing very well, aren't they? I say it every week, but
they are. Yeah,
the manager is class.
Yeah,
absolute class. Kieran as well. In reality, at the start of the season, I was worried we were going to go down. I'm proper proud of how we've done this season. It's been remarkable.
Just very quickly on that, was Newport the team when we did the preview that none of the fans said they'd get promoted?
Yeah.
They were on 0% and about 46 like going down, because I looked and went,
yeah.
What? Because I've always thought Newport were up there, you know what I mean? I'm sure it was them. So
great. You know what? We'll have to look back, won't we?
Yeah,
quite interesting
I'm sure
to look
it was
back.
Newport, yeah.
I think it was Newport. Because we were like, what? None of them are confident.
Yeah, it was definitely 0, yeah.
Oh, man. I'll just put, we have 2 games in hand, MK away and Forest Green away. Considering our away record, I think we will get 0.
Oh, dear.
Oh. And moving on, so we will look at the table. I'm waiting for a comment from Claire. Do not disappoint me, Claire. Who is top of the league? Stockport County are top of the league still with 58 points. We have Mansfield in second with 54 points. Barrow are third on 53 points. In the playoffs, we have Wrexham in fourth on 52 points. Crewe Alexandra are fifth with 51 points. MK Dons are 6th on 48 points. Notts County are 7th on 44 points. And then in the relegation zone, we have Sutton United, who are 23rd with 22 points. And Forest Green are bottom of the league with 20 points. Claire, yay. Here it is. Them's my boys. Hopefully you got none, Aled. And Kieran has put, we lost loads of key players during the summer. I don't even know how to say that name.
Demetrio. Yeah, Demetrio.
Yeah, were quite good that actually from me.
Yeah,
Aaron Lewis, Cameron Norman, etc. We also recorded huge net losses and our additions didn't wow us at the start. Port of Stocktop, I would never have guessed. Not surprised by that, Darren. Surely now Sutton and Forest Green are doomed. Yeah, I think so. £1 in the swear jar, Shar. It's MK Franchise. I know, I'm so sorry. Johnny Jackson signing a new contract with Dons is a good coup for them. I completely agree. I like Johnny Jackson. Sutton and Forest Green Rovers in the National League. I think so as well. 4 points off the playoffs. Shah, please try say this. What do you want me to say, Claire? I'm actually scared now. MKFC for me, not Dons. And we've got our very own Sam as well. Hello, wonderful team. Big up the lower league. Oh, man. I'm waiting for this. I want to see what Claire wants me to say. Charlton legend, Johnny Jackson. And moving on now, we have the National League, which I don't really want to talk about. Mr. Luke, please send me your thoughts. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about this. Nick, do you want to talk about Oxford?
Yeah, I mean, that was... They're playing teams in and around them near the bottom of that league. And half-time, it was all looking rosy. 2-0 up against Kidderminster, who've been on absolute fire. And then, you know, the old game of 2 halves, and they lose 3 goals in the second half to go down to a 3-2 defeat, which was an absolute sickener. I mean, that was the sort of game that they needed to get at least a point out of. And, you know, again, say to lose that is just demoralising, really. You know, you've got the points. I think they scored just before half time. I think it was, if I remember rightly, yeah, he got a penalty. Parker scored on 17, and then he got a penalty in the 43rd minute, which is a great time to score a second goal because it obviously changes the halftime talk. But then Kidderminster come back, 3 goals by the 78th minute, and to get the victory. So, yeah, in whatever Phil Brown's doing, he's doing a stonking job there. Because again, we had him at Swindon for a while, and it was all right. It wasn't brilliant, but he certainly got them on a roll. So you got take your hat off to him. But yeah, it's a really sickening result for City. So, and well, we go on to the other resorts. You can't see him getting out of the relegation zone.
No.
They probably come up in it as probably like a lot of teams. It's a big jump when you go up to a higher league, and I don't know what the number is, but a good number of those teams in the national are full time. Not so long ago, they were in the Football League, and they've got the squads and the money to go with it. So it is a tough ask, but they just got to keep going and see what they can get out of the season.
Yeah, I completely agree with them. I mentioned as well at the start of the season when we played them, we had to play them again, obviously at home, but they didn't look a bad team, to be fair. They did have a little bit about them.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will have some fight. It is very interesting at the bottom of the table. We will have a look at that. So, yeah. Claire, I thought Claire was my friend as well. Have you seen this name she wants me to pronounce?
Who? Isaac.
We'll call him Isaac.
Yeah.
Is it Olaf? We'll call him
Isaac Olaf.
Yeah,
Isaac Olaf, yeah.
I bet that costs a bloody fortune on the back of your top.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So is it Tanito?
There'll be no room for his number, will there?
Is it Tanito Luo Olba? Tanito Luo. Then it's. I really don't know.
What's Kieran on about? He's talking.
We'll have a look now. We'll just catch up with the chat.
Seen his message.
Let me have a look. Where is it?
It's not going to be. We'll have to pronounce these bloody massive bloody Welsh villages, aren't they?
Right, I tell you what. Let's just catch up with the chat and we'll go back to it. So Chris has put only one home win in the whole list. Yes, and we were at home. I will get onto that after. Mr. Luke, I will try not to put an essay of my report of the games. You're more than welcome to put an essay if you want, Mr. Luke. Whatever you want me to read out, I will. I knew you were going to say that name, Claire. I know. I thought we were friends. Aled, what a name. No. I love you, John Smith, or something like that, me. That's an easy one to pronounce. Jones, Phil Jones. What a name.
Kean Hayes.
Yeah, Kean Hayes. So Mr. Lucas put Southend away. Didn't listen to this match much, but what I did hear, it sounded like we played very well against a very good Southend side. Where's his Brilliant to see Dianganga getting back on the score sheet after his goal drought. I'm trying to find his other comment. And then I'll read the other result out as well. The Eastleigh game, he has put Eastleigh at home, a very frustrating game by us, me to witness in person, and a game should have won by us. We had like 23 shots compared to Eastleigh's 6 shots. The first shot on target went in. We had to draw the game from a last-minute penalty to equalise the game. Eastleigh defence was like a brick wall at times. That's Mr. Luke's thoughts. Going back to the chat now, Graham has put Claire Shah might have to stop at. Yeah, at least I got Olaf right. Is it Olaf? I'm hoping.
Yeah,
we'll just
Isaac
call him
Olaf.
Isaac. Yeah, Isaac Olaf. Jenna's put a lot of wins there. Claire, have faith in her. No, I'm sorry. I don't even have faith in myself with that name. Pick an easy one. That was exactly how I pronounced it, yeah. Shall I try to pronounce this?
No.
Yeah. You
need a lot of phlegm in the back of your throat for that.
Yeah.
Mr. Luke has also put Got Hereford away in the FA Trophy round of 16. Hopefully we can make it to the quarters and get an easy side in the next round. Hopefully we do better against Hereford than Rochdale. Oh!
That'll be a tough game. Hereford are doing well at the moment.
They are. Alan has put, it took me 6 years to be able to say that, Kieran. Ben has put, Bromley slipping a bit recently. Pretty sure that's 2 defeats in a week. Levi Amanchi will be rolling his sleeves up now. He's back out playing.
I will say though, they lost to Hartlepool and Super Kev getting the job done at Hartlepool. I really hope Hartlepool go up next season just for Kevin Phillips. Just absolute legend of the game at Sunderland. Best player I've ever seen. So glad he's doing well. So glad he is.
Chris has put Spennymoor finally won their first game with the new man in charge on Tuesday night, beating Southport FC away 2-1 after getting a 0-0 draw at home against Peterborough Sports on Saturday. Well done. Kieran has put Aled, I can only say it in sections. Yeah, I agree. Claire is a savage. Completely agree with Sam there. Graham has put, is it pronounced Welsh Village, Kieran? Claire has put, hello, Samwell. Oh, man. Then Kieran has put, Graham, it actually translates to St Mary's Church in the hollow of White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool. And the Church of St, I can't say that.
Tacilio, possibly?
Tacilio, yeah, thanks, Ant. Right, you can be my translator. Shani's put Dorking really struggling as well. They are. AFC filed with a bit of confidence, so now they are pulling out some massive results. Obviously beating Dorking away 3-1. That Bitanto put some respect on that name. Yeah, I agree. Let's just call him Dave. Anyone who we struggle with, we will call Dave.
I like the John. Let's just call him John Smith.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Good English name, John Smith.
Ben has put Chesterfield making light work of this league. They are on for the points record, I reckon, 100%.
And so they should, to be fair, the team they've got.
Do you know what does? To be fair, though, to him, I think with them and how well they're doing, I don't think a lot of people are actually taking into consideration the fact that they are at least winning these games. They're doing some good performances as well. Yeah. I think a lot of people just automatically think, because it was Wrexham, obviously Notts County, and then Chesterfield below them, and Chesterfield have the money. It's kind of taken away the fact that they are winning and they are on track to obviously get a really good point score as well, because we automatically just think, oh yeah, they've got the money, they've got the players, they're going to win the league kind of thing. But at the end of the day, they have still got to do it, haven't they? And they are smashing it, to be fair. Absolutely smashing it. She struggled to pronounce... Oh. Is it Pick on Charlotte Day today, everyone?
To be fair, though, I only knew it was Demetrio because he used to have him on Football Manager.
Before we finish off the National League as well, Ben has also put, big win for us against Torquay on Tuesday in difficult conditions. Torquay deserved at least a point, but Sam Corn writing the headlines again with the blinding late goal up the Stones. Brilliant result as well at the weekend for you guys. Brilliant against Yeovil, I think it was. Massive. Luke, we are in the same boat concerning filed. I know a John Smith, he's quite bitter. That did make me laugh. So let's talk about some other games before I get on to Rochdale, because I do want to put it off a little bit. So Aldershot, again, smashing it. They've picked up some really good wins recently, and just showing why they are up there. They've got a really good team, Aldershot. Altrincham as well. They're doing very well at the minute, beating Solihull Moors 1-0 away from home. Boreham Wood 1, Woking 0. Could have gone either way, to be honest. York getting a point as well. I think they are still out of a relegation zone, obviously picking up the points. And I can't remember. I think it was their owner, York's owner. He's actually had a fine because I think he called out a referee on social media. So he's had quite a hefty fine for it as well. I saw the tweet, which really made me laugh. And he basically said, I'm still not sorry for it. It was the truth. So fair play to him. But yeah, on to the Rochdale game. There's not really much I can say. It was a really dreadful game. Really just not a lot going on. All the players for both teams didn't perform, apart from Effiong, who obviously scored both goals for Dagenham. It was just a really boring game of football, which probably up there with one of the worst games that I've seen in a very long time for us. And that's saying something, considering we were relegated from League One and League Two. So yeah, as I mentioned last week, I don't think we were all crying out for a break for our players, but I think with the postponements as well, it's kind of took its toll on our players recently. We just don't seem to be the Rochdale that we were before the break. Obviously, Louis Molden, we're missing Louis Molden massively, and not just from the goalkeeper kind of thing and the goals we are conceding. We're missing him in the whole way he kind of started off our attacking force as well, which is, it's mental to say that from a goalkeeper, but we just kind of missed the whole thing about Louis Molden, and that's no fault on Tiernan Brooks, because I personally think the goals that we have conceded, none of them are fault of his. The defensive errors, we're going back to the defensive errors again. But yeah, it's just a bit frustrating, really, but very promising to see Kyrone Mitchell came back on the pitch. In the second half, he's been out injured with an ankle injury. He was our leading goal scorer before he got injured, so it was really promising to see him come back on. Another goal for Tyree Sinclair as well, so I think he's now on 11 goals, Henderson's on 11 goals, and Kyrone Mitchell's on 10 goals. So for our strikers, that's quite decent from them. Yeah, we seem to be struggling midfield as well at the minute, but I know I've mentioned on here about Adam Clayton having a setback, but it's actually came out that he's not. He's actually on board to be coming back in the next few weeks to training, which is really promising. Devante Rodney is due to come back in the next 2 weeks. I think George Never was coming back to training this week as well. So we are getting key players back, which is massive. Not too sure of the Keane Hayes situation at the minute. Jim McNulty did say he would definitely miss the Dagenham game, possibly the game weekend against Altrincham, and then he could be back the week after. I'm not too sure whether it still stands or whether he will be on the subs against Altrincham. I do not know, but that's going to be a very, very tough game on Saturday if it is on, because obviously midweek Altrincham's game was off due to a waterlogged pitch, and the weather at the minute, it's not too far away from where I live, obviously Altrincham, and the weather at the minute is just absolutely dreadful. It's raining. Everyone's saying we're expecting snow as well, so who knows whether that game will be on. But yeah, it was a game that I do want to forget, and it won't be one for memories. Not be one for the memories. But yeah, frustrating at the minute, but it's going to be like that until we get some key squad members back. And then obviously the goalkeeper situation as well. Our defence needs to get used to the new goalkeeper. He's got to get used to our defence as well. It's just a bit frustrating how the Louis Molden situation did pan out, because I feel like we were kind of on that upward step, and it's kind of a bit of a kick in the teeth, and just the whole way that we're playing and things like that. We did really need to rely on Louis Molden, and it is kind of showing. But we move on. Can't moan too much, can we? Mr. Luke, just need to keep losing, shall we? Need to sneak in them playoffs. Thanks. Ben has put, Effiong is one of the most deadliest strikers at this level. If you don't double up on him, he will find those pockets of space. Yeah, and our defence leak a lot of goals, so it was always going to happen, unfortunately. Still missing Louis Molden. We are still missing Louis Molden. It's always raining up north, isn't it, Sha? Always. Always. And Karen, it's never sunny in the north. Completely agree. So midweek, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Chesterfield 2, another win for Chesterfield. FC Halifax, they are kind of tailing off at the minute, aren't they? Had some really shocking results. Solihull Moors 3, Gateshead 1, Eastleigh 1. Mr. Luke obviously told us the thoughts on that. Wheelstone 0, Maidenhead 1. And Woking 2, Oxford City 0, unfortunately. What's happened to Nick?
He's on mute, I think.
Nick, are you on mute?
He was having a right little grow as well. It was that good, the game. Let's just say that. It was that good.
Hello.
Yay!
Plug in. Yeah, it was that good. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, what I was saying is it's another away defeat. You know, trying to pick up wins away is always difficult, whatever league you're in. But unfortunately, what's happening with City is that the last 3 games they played teams in and around them: Woking, Kidderminster, and Ebbsfleet, and they've got 1 win out of the 3. So that's the games. If you want to get away from the bottom end of the table, you know, that's the games you got to pick up points. And unfortunately, I haven't done it. And I see the opening goal for Woking was a kiddie on loan from Luton, scored his first senior goal. His name is Luca, and he picked the ball up on the edge of the area, took it round the player, and absolutely smashed it into the top corner.
I saw that.
Yeah, for his first goal. So, you know, if he carries on like that, he's, you know, nothing the keeper could have done about it.
No.
And the second goal on the hour, they got a penalty, and that basically killed the game then. 2-0 down away from home, and they were never coming back from that. So, like I say, it's unfortunately they're not picking up points from the teams around them, and that's why
Have a quick look
they're
at the
sitting where
table.
they're sitting. And it's, as I say, you know, you wouldn't bet on them getting out of trouble. So they've obviously played the teams around them. Then they're going to be playing teams higher up the league, which is just going to be more and more difficult. So yeah, it doesn't look great, but you know, they've just got to keep going and seeing if they can pick up results. They'll probably go and beat somebody up near the top of the league now. No, we've said
It'll be
all
us.
that.
It'll be us. 100%.
Yeah. So, oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's games to play and points to try and get.
Simon has put as well that apparently Woking are managed by a Cov legend, Michael Doyle.
There's a shit house as well. If there ever was one, Michael Doyle. Finals are going to get out of that show, aren't they?
Yeah. To be fair to them, as much as obviously it annoyed me with all that Chegbulum thing, and they're not one of my favourite teams, fair play to them, because they looked like they were dead and buried, didn't they, at the start of the season? And they were bottom for quite a while, but they are on a really good run. And they're signing some players as well, some good players. I think they signed another one this week, so yeah, fair play to them. It's just who'll drop into it. But Dorking, ooh, Dorking. I don't want them to as well, because as we said before, Mark White is such a character, but I just think they're just struggling, aren't they? Really, really are struggling. But yeah, top of the table, no shock to anyone. We have Chesterfield on 80 points. Second, we have Bromley on 58 points. Third, we have
only
Barnet.
22 points behind.
I know, only.
Christ almighty.
It's mental, isn't it? Barnet are third on 56 points. Solihull Moors are fourth, sorry. I don't know what I was saying then. On 50 points. Altrincham are fifth on 49 points. Aldershot are sixth on 48 points. Gateshead are seventh, Mr. Luke, with 47 points. Just outside the playoffs as well, we have Oldham. I will mention them. Just 1 point behind. And then in the relegation, in 21st, we have AFC Fylde with 32 points. Kidderminster are 22nd on 32 points. Ebbsfleet are 23rd on 31 points. And then, bless them, Oxford City are bottom of the table on 27 points. Let's just quickly go back to the chat as well. Mr. Luke, get in seventh. Kieran has put too similar of the name of Michael Beale. Sam has put, check out Uncle Nick's Woking versus Oxford City match report. That is live on YouTube and I think TikTok as well. Is it, Sam? Please let me know because I can't remember. Aled really wants Dorking to stay up. Graham has put poor Ebbsfleet. Michael has asked, where do you think Dale will finish at? It's a really tough one. I think at the minute, obviously, it's not looking like we are getting playoffs because it does seem to be a bit of a gap between us and them other teams. And I feel like them other teams are only getting stronger. But I think with the squad we've got, with obviously Cian Hayes coming back, Devante Rodney, George Never, I think we could push for playoffs. I don't know if we will actually get in the playoffs. I just think them teams above us are very strong, but you never know. You never know. I'd probably say outside, around where we are, hopefully, around 9th or 10th, I'd be happy with. It'd be a shame because I feel like, to be fair, with the squad and some of the players we've got, when they're all match fit, I think on the day and stuff, we are a very good team and we could obviously give them a game. But to be honest, I'd be very happy with where we are now because at the start of the season, I didn't think we'd be anywhere near where we are. And I think Jim McNulty, to be fair to him, with the resources that he's got and the players he has brought in and under some of the circumstances with losing players, with them being recalled back from the loan spell with the injuries, I think he's done a pretty decent job. And it's his first full season as a manager. So, yeah, I'd be very happy with where we are now. But Cian Hayes, please get us playoffs. I mean, that would be so good. I'd not be expecting it, but it'd be so good for a trip out. Aled, let me know where you think as well, Michael, where you think we'll finish. Aled has put, only got bad memories of away days at Ebbsfleet, so don't mind them in the relegation spots. Can they not give Chesterfield a title now? No, because they're only 22. Did we say 22 points behind Bromwich? So you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Ben has put, nah, not poor Ebbsfleet, Graham. Get in there, just desserts. Lol, Ben got to support the Kent teams. Kieran has put, Chesterfield can finish on 125 points if they win rest of their games. Generally insane. We've got to play them though at Chesterfield, so watch this space. Cian Hayes hat-trick. And hopefully we can get playoffs, I said, but I take 8th for 9th. Yeah, completely agree with you.
Yeah,
we are on the same page. Love that. Shani's put 8 wins and Chesterfield will be champions as Bromley and Barnet won't be able to catch them. It's happening. It is happening. It's just a case of when, isn't it?
They'll do the double, won't they? They'll go up next year as well. They've got such a good side.
Kieran.
You spelled Rochdale wrong, Kieran.
Yeah. Who's Rochdale? Are they a different team? Because Rochdale are going to beat them. Just 122 points for Chesterfield then. And that's the end of the show. Yay, we are done. There is no Where's Claire this week because obviously our very own Claire isn't on. And it'd be a bit weird, won't it, if we do Where's Claire with no Claire? But we all know as well. She's here.
Neither Ipswich this season, Claire.
Do you know when Rodney's back? I don't actually know exactly when Rodney's back. I don't know if you read Jim McNulty's injury update, but it basically said that Nevitt should be in training this week. I think, was it Rodney the week after, and then Adam Clayton the week after that? So it's looking like within the next 3 or 4 weeks, we should be getting key players, hopefully, coming back onto the training pitch. And then it's just a case of match fitness. So it's looking a bit more promising.
I just read that, and I just literally got an Only Fools and Horses vibe. When's Rodney back? Been off for years. What are you on about?
Or is it Dave?
Yeah. Claire has put, thanks guys, see you all next week. I'll be on to annoy you all again. You never annoy us, Claire. We absolutely love you. We love you. Mr. Luke, great show, everyone. Good luck to everyone at weekend. Does that include Rochdale, by the way, Mr. Luke? You did say everyone. Fantastic show all. Best of luck to every team other than Walsall and every team above Newport in League 2, Kieran has put. And Aled has put, have a good evening, Claire. Thank you so much, everyone. I've had a great time talking football. And if anybody wants to find you, where can they find you on the socials?
You mad people, if you want to find me. But if you do want to find me, I'm Anthony_Waterson on X or Twitter, whatever we call it these days. Also, I'm the host of How We Are the Lasses pod, which is the dedicated fans Sunderland Women's podcast. We are on every Monday at 8:30. We weren't this Monday because none of us could appear because everyone was at work, but we'll be back next Monday with quite a big podcast actually. Yeah, that's it really. Thanks.
Definitely do check it out and give them a follow and give Ant a follow as well.
Yeah.
And Nick, where can everyone find you, Nick?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Ocus_road. You'll find me on there. That's the main thing. And look out for my Oxford City reports, and hopefully the next one will be more positive.
Also, as well, Nick, last week when we were on and we were joking about you running on the pitch, if Swindon signed a player, are you going to be running on the pitch anytime soon? Because I bet you got 4 new players.
Well, I think we've got about 9. I think we signed 9 overall through January.
You'll have to do laps.
I haven't got that much energy. Jeez.
And getting someone to do it on your behalf.
Yeah, I will. It's like, oh dear. Yeah,
you'll have to nominate the Phil's Rush guys.
Yeah, it did go a bit mad. So it'll be good to see some of them playing on Saturday. So we'll see how they go. Oh, I just got to do one other little shout out, and I don't know if you saw it, Ant, and you probably don't want me to remind you, but
I know what you're going to say.
When Sunderland were the first team to score against Swindon under 18s in the FA Cup. But Swindon did win 2-1.
Yeah,
I mean, they had a stonking start, 1-0 up after about 20 seconds. And yeah, we got Bristol City in the quarterfinals now. So
can I really as well, Nick, while you're on that, just apologise from all Sunderland fans for the racist language?
Oh yeah, I don't know what was going on there. What was that about?
Disgusting. Apparently, after the second goal had went in, I wasn't there. I couldn't go, but apparently after the second goal went in, they had to stop the game for a couple of minutes because one of the Swindon players had been racially abused in an under-18 game.
That's terrible.
I
think they dealt with it pretty quickly. To be
fair, they were back on they were back on quite quickly after that. But you just obviously want to apologise.
It's just sad to see, isn't it? You know, it's not necessarily any level, but certainly at under 18.
No, that level.
Playing.
It would have been some idiot, and I hope he was found and kicked out, and he's never welcome back to stadium again. Yeah. But fair play to you, mate. I was obviously gutted that we lost.
Yeah.
But you beat that. That's literally that lineup we had, probably our best under 18s team we've had for a long time. So fair play to Swindon.
I mean, they got off to an absolute flying start, and they were okay first half. And obviously, second half they were just under a hell of a lot of pressure. Which you would expect, but yeah, it was a decent game. It was a hell of a result for us. So now we got our one of our local rivals, Bristol City. So that'll be interesting.
Oh, you beat them.
Yeah, I hope so.
Coming back to the chat as well, Aled has put, get your son to do the laps instead, Nick. Kieran has put 9 laps, and this one really did make me laugh off Graham. He's put, Nick will be on the pitch so much he'll get a squad number. What would your squad number be, Nick, if you had to pick one? I want to ask that question to you as well, Anne, actually.
Well, when I played football, going many moons back, I started off at a number 3 left back, until I injured my knees, and then I played as a number 9 and scored a fair few goals. So either or, but no, it'd probably be sat in midfield so I don't have to run. It would be a holding number 8.
What about you, Ant?
Always looking number 15, Shah. Always.
Yeah.
Every team I played for was 15. So there we are.
Good shout. Let's have a look. Simon has put as well, far too many of those kind of incidents lately. Not that there should be any. Completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Kieran has put, being there listening to Nick on Phil's Rushin stream while they were in the final 5 minutes of the game was hilarious.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we were just about to go live, and it's the final few minutes, and me and Fifey were just like, "Come on, ref, blow the whistle! Come on! Yes, they've done it! Yes, get in there!" And it was because Kieran was a guest on the show, and he was like cracking up, laughing his head off at it. Yeah, it's really good.
Graham has put as well, I'm off to near Yeovil tomorrow. I might end up talking like Nick.
give me a shout and I'll do a translation for you. Because they'll be far worse than me down in Yeovil. You think I'm bad, mate? You've got no chance down there.
Got the cider country down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch out for the cider.
And if anybody wants to follow me on the socials, I am SharXRAFC. That is on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT. And of course, our brand new graphic as well, which I am loving. I am absolutely loving with all our cartoons. So thank you so much to Josh's wife for doing all of them as well. The amount of hard work she does put into these drawings is just amazing. And look at them. Look at all of our faces.
I just love how Nick and Paul from the WSL show are winking at each other. It's classic.
Oh, funny. So if you do want to follow the Absolute Football Podcast on all of the socials, on Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, I say this every week, is Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, we are Absolute Football Pod. On Instagram and Threads, if anybody still has Threads or knows what Threads is, because it just kind of disappeared, didn't it? It is Absolute Football Podcast _. On Facebook, we are the Absolute Football Podcast. We are on at 8:30 on a Monday, where it is our Premier League and European show. On Wednesdays is our WSL and Championships show, which is honestly all these shows are amazing, but that WSL one, it is really taking off, and there's a great bunch as well. So please, please, please go and support that, because the championship in that league is just
unreal,
amazing, isn't it? It's even more exciting than the WSL.
Yeah. And then literally every one of the Palace, every one of the top 4 lost. And it was mad. It's mad that we lost. It was like, oh, we're out of this. Now it's all done. And literally on our way back up, hang on, Charlton are getting beat. Hang on, Birmingham are getting beat. Hang on, Southampton are getting beat. We're back in it. Unbelievable, man. I love women's football. It's so good. I love the championship, man. It's class.
Oh, it is. And do give that a watch. And then on Thursday as well, if you do want to catch up with Absolutely Lower League, we don't know who will be on next week, whether it'll be all of us, whether it'll be the 3 of us, who knows. But you will have a laugh. You'll have so much fun. Come in, give us banter. We do love your banter. We love your supportive messages as well. You really do make our day with all the nice comments you give us by coming in and talking football. It's like a really good football community, isn't it, that we all have now? So we are so, so thankful for each and every person that does support us. It does mean a lot. And yeah, that's everything really. So have a great weekend. Hope all your teams win, apart from Altrincham and whoever you guys are playing as well, and anyone in the chat. But yeah, take care and thank you so much, everybody. Bye.